All right, welcome back to my struggle. I have just completed my trip to the gym. It was fantastic. I think I've got another gym workout planned with a workout buddy, but if that falls through, I've still got my home gym. Let me talk real quick about actually like what I'm actually doing right now and what I'm actually trying to accomplish. I was just online trying to do my research, trying to learn, trying to Google and sort of self-educate myself through everything that I'm doing, wondering what I can do to be more efficient, to do a better job, wondering how to get to my goals in a straight line if possible without sort of screwing myself up or, maybe losing muscle when I'm not trying to lose muscle, I'm trying to burn fat. And sometimes, if you're doing the wrong things or you've got the wrong nutrition or maybe you've got the wrong routine or not getting enough sleep, there's all sorts of things you could be doing to kind of set yourself back. And then I stumbled upon some programs, some sort of pre-scheduled programs that kind of let you know, hey, if you're trying to achieve this goal, then do this, and eat this, and you will be well on your way. And they were reasonably priced and everything. But then I got to thinking to myself, this is a problem of mine. The reason I've got a home gym, even though I'm so overweight, is because my old self, it's so easy for me to tell myself that I'm going to do something and then I'll buy up all of these weights or I'll buy up all of this equipment with my available funds. And then when it gets here, I'm all excited and I assemble everything. And the second it's assembled, I tell myself, I'll get on it tomorrow. And then of course, tomorrow comes and I tell myself, I'll get on it tomorrow and I'll get on it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll lift it tomorrow. Maybe I'll go in there and play around with it a little bit, but ultimately I just waste my own time and I waste my own money. Again, I've mentioned before that I've been a bit of a shopaholic, a money waster, buying things that I don't use and in some cases I don't need. In most cases I don't need, but in some cases, in all cases, I don't use. So I started to think, would this program help me as I am now? And the answer is probably yes, right? If I'm already putting in the work and I'm already doing my daily disciplines, that's great. And maybe something like that could help direct me. It's well reviewed, well rated. The person, doing the program is, well educated and has a great background in the field. But then I started to think, like I said, what am I really doing right now? Is what I'm doing right now in these first 30 days, is this really about the pound for pound results that I'm able to achieve? I'm still down only 10 pounds and that's kind of stagnated, which, like I said, has been what prompted me to go and do more research and learn more, because it's been 10 pounds down for about 3 days now, which isn't bad, but I want to know what else can I be doing to better polish this, to do a better job at achieving my ultimate goal of fat loss and muscle gain. But when I went and did all this research, again, like I said, I had to admit to myself that though I am working really hard right now and I am doing a lot of physical activity, I'm in the gym, the most important thing I'm doing, not just the $1 at a time, not just the $1 a day in the bank, not just 1 pound at a time, 1 calorie at a time physically. Obviously, $1 at a time in the bank is not going to make me a millionaire in 5 weeks. It's going to be a very small amount of money going in there. But it was never about the volume of money going in. It was never about, being able to put $1 a day in and suddenly see in, just a month's time that money has grown to millions of dollars. It doesn't work that way. And the same thing is true physically. I could put in the time, I can put in the effort, I could learn things, but it doesn't matter if my expectations are that I'm going to go and lift a little bit of weight one day in the gym and walk out like I belong on the cover of a magazine with the perfect body. I had to admit to myself when I was doing this research just now, what my actual objective is right now. Not long-term, not in 5 years. What's my objective right now? And right now, the heaviest weight I had to lift was getting off my ass. The heaviest weight I had to lift, the most difficult thing for me, was that decision to change. The decision to change and start moving forward and not look back. That was the hardest part. That part that where I had to tell myself, okay, not only am I not going to go and have a milkshake right now, I'm going to live a life where it's not centered around milkshakes and pizza. I'm not going to live the kind of life that is obsessed with food and the instant gratification of a good taste in my mouth. I feel that I am worth more and that I have more potential within me than wasting away in a dark corner of the world somewhere eating. I had to make that decision. That was the most important decision right there. And right now, the most important exercise I'm doing on a regular basis, it's the discipline. It's the mental fortitude that I'm going to need for all of my future success. Anything that I'm capable of doing, I'm going to fail at if I lack inward discipline, self-discipline. That's what I'm doing now. That's why it's $1 every single day in that bank account that I cannot spend outside of investments. And it will grow over time to $2 a day, $3 a day, depending on my growing financial ability. And that's why, even though I'm only down 10 pounds, the most important thing I could be doing right now is maintaining and strengthening that self-discipline. Waking up every day at the same time to go to the gym, walking every day, even though it sucks, or even though I'm tired, even though it hurts, even though the walk is a little bit boring if I listen to the same song or listen to the same audiobook too many times in a row. The point is, right now, the most important hard work I can be doing is the mental work, the psychological work of getting over the old me, burning away the old me one day at a time, one discipline at a time. That's the real exercise. And that's what I feel like I wanted to go ahead and talk about real quick, rant about real quick. Maybe I'm watching this video again and I'm just reminding myself, maybe it's something you need to hear as well if you're here. But I think the most important thing is not the weights, not the equipment, not the money, it's the mind. My mind was weak. My mind is currently weaker than it could be. I know that there are different levels of mental and psychological strength that I have yet to achieve, that I'm capable of achieving. I know that those little moments of weakness are always going to be there if I don't overcome them. I've got to be stronger than the weakest moments of my life, the weakest feelings in my heart, the simplest and most base level thoughts in my mind. I've got to overcome all of it. That is the most important thing I can do. Now, once I have beaten this discipline into my bones, once I have absolutely beaten this daily routine into my mind and into my body, that's when it makes sense to go ahead and get a little bit of assistance from these types of programs. That's when it makes sense to go ahead and make the investment in that knowledge. That's when it's no longer spending. When it was just me going and buying a program because, hey, that's what healthy people do. They buy programs and they lose a lot of weight. That's me spending. But if I've got the discipline ready to catch and receive that program and utilize the information and the knowledge held within, well, now I'm investing when I spend the money on those programs, because I'm investing in myself. And now I know that even once I get that equipment, once I get that program, once I get that knowledge, it comes down to me. And I know at that point that I've got the discipline to go after it and follow through. And until that happens, until I have that discipline, until I can trust myself that my discipline and my mental fortitude is so beaten into my bones, it's not worth doing. Because right now, the most important work I can do is that daily discipline. That's the most valuable thing I could be up to right now. Anyway, again, it's a bit of a rant, but I just felt like I had to get it out before I go ahead and start this walk. So hopefully you found some value in this video, and I'll see you in the next one.